Check 1 2, check 1 2. Mommy on the Rocks, Casey Chops. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at MIA on the Rocks. Follow us on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Today's guest, someone in the DJ family, Dre Sinatra in the building. What's up, Pop?
Dog,
how you feeling?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for pulling up, man. For the people that don't know, I've been trying to get Dre on the podcast for a minute. Growing up, being in the DJ game, coming up in the game here in Miami. Whenever you have different cities and a DJ will come to mind. You think of New York, there's DJs that come to mind. You think of Atlanta. So on and so forth. And whenever coming up in the DJ game, you've thought of I'll say the West Coast in general, not even just LA, bro. When you think of, when over here on the East Coast, we're like, yo, who are some dope West Coast DJs? Bro, Dre Sinatra is always the one to come up first. You know what I mean?
Love.
Yeah, bro. So you've been doing your thing on the West Coast for a minute, bro, on radio, in the clubs. For the people that don't know, you're Ty Dolla Sign's DJ.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're all over the place. You're here at DJing at 11 tonight. You hold residencies at Live and 11, right?
Yep. Rotating like guest spots monthly, bi-monthly type stuff.
Dope. Yeah, and you're all over the world with Ty. Tell me you're going to Asia. You've done the Europe thing. So first and foremost, thank you for pulling up, bro. We got a lot of DJs that listen, and so I guess it's only right we go through a little bit of your story. Talk about it, bro. You're on the West Coast. You were born in
North Hollywood.
Okay, dope.
North Hollywood. Born and raised North Hollywood, Palmdale, but mainly North Hollywood. Then really started DJing in Palmdale and then moved back to North Hollywood.
Got you. So what I mean, being raised in Hollywood, that's fair. I feel like that's like saying being raised on South Beach, kind of like, is it?
Well, no, it's like the outside. So it's like over the hill is like North Hollywood and Palmdale's even further. So Palmdale's like 45 minutes outside. Oh, so it's kind of like a big contrast. It's like where I lived was like the last city in LA, basically. Oh, shit. So it's like in its own world.
Yeah.
It's basically you move out there because your family, like I come from middle class family, so it's like they want to have a big house, yard, so you move far away. But it's like the last city in LA.
Got you.
Which kind of made me who I am. I feel like it's like gritty out there. It's like super gritty. So I feel like I wouldn't be who I am and where I'm at without being there. Because I would say if you can make it there, out of there, you can make it anywhere in the world.
Yeah. And you know what, Dre, like I feel like you embody, because I mean, a lot of DJs, I guess, and the way I see it is like a lot of DJs on the West Coast, they don't really like embody LA to me. Like when I think of you, it's almost like, obviously you're not local, but I think of you as like your style is very Cali, like very West Coast,
For sure.
What got you into DJing? Like,
honestly, I wanted to play music, like instruments, drums, and like my mom and dad wouldn't let me do it. So like I was noticing, like I'm always listening to music. I love hip hop. Like one of the first music videos I ever saw was Malcolm McLaurin, Buffalo Gals, and Planet Rock. So like there was like a lot of b-boy shit going on in there, like breakdancing, graffiti, like all the elements. I was like, this is my shit. Like that's what I want to do. I don't know if I'm gonna be a breakdancer, a rapper, one of the elements, but I was like, I got into all the elements, and like DJing was just like my thing. Like I just gravitate to the music, wanting to mix music, selling mixtapes, putting together mixes, and just like starting to realize like, dang, I could do this for people. Like I have like a good little taste of music. Like, yeah. And that's kind of what like got me into wanting to DJ.
What were kind of like the artists that you looked up to, back then? Because you've seen the whole evolution of like how the West Coast has evolved.
Right.
What like coming up for you, who were the type of artists that you were like, in high school listening to, or like who kind of held the crown for you? Obviously like Snoop and Dre and shit.
Honestly, Mobb Deep was my shit. I
can't really?
Tell, like I was a kid in school like bumping like Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, like, you know what I'm saying? Jizza.
Gotcha.
Like that was me. Like the West Coast shit is cool, but I just don't feel like I could relate to it because like I wasn't into like gangster shit. Like that's not me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm more into like hearing people like Nas paint pictures about New York. Because I was like fantasizing of like, ooh, I want to go to New York. I want to live in New York. Hip hop. This is where it's from. So like that gravitated more to me. Like you couldn't tell me shit about Mobb Deep in the 90s. Like I was like the third member in my mind. Like that was my shit.
That's funny. That's how I feel about Dipset, bro.
That was like my shit.
Yeah. Damn, bro. So like what because when you think of the biggest clubs in Hollywood, you think of the stuff that you've done, you know what I'm saying? But for you, like I was saying before, I feel like you do like the Hollywood like like industry shit, like where the celebrities are going to be at, kind of the equivalent of South Beach shit over here.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're one of the few that can do that, and then also do like, you know, the strip clubs over there, and do like the real street shit as well.
Absolutely.
You know? How did you find that balance, like, you know, of being able to do both worlds?
Well, with the strip club thing, like, I wanted to do something like a New York style strip club in LA. So like when I went to New York, I was like, how can I bring this back to LA? So where me and you have a conversation where it's not like a traditional strip club, like Diamond to the dance floor.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, we're just gonna come DJ and we're gonna do our thing. And it's not gonna be like the regular strip club where they have girls.
Right. It's going to feel more like a club.
Exactly. More like some booby trap type shit in LA. And like there wasn't anything like that at the time. It was all like traditional strip club. A dude just calling names, and like me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna DJ. I'm not gonna call no names. The girls are just gonna dance, and that's what it is. So like that's what I think differentiates that from like if I was just doing a regular strip club, I don't think it would be the same.
Right.
If that makes sense to
Right.
you.
Because you're more like in like part of the machine. You can't really, it's hard to like really.
You can't do you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? With this, it's like, no, I'm doing me. I'm not playing any songs you want to hear. You want to hear something? Tip me $300, $200, whatever it is. Like, that's how I am. Like, you may think I'm an asshole, but I'll tell dancer, like, look, I'm not over there asking you for free dances, right? So don't fucking come ask me for something for free. If I play the song, I'm going to play it, and it's going to get played when it gets played. If not, go tell them $200. I'll break some bread with you.
Yeah.
I'll play the song.
Bro, the strip club hustle is a different type of hustle. You can make some money. Shout out to my brother Bodega Flea, bro. He be putting me on. Because I've been invited into that world so many times, and they tell me like, bro, you're basically a ringleader for like 50 girls, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, and so you can. There's so many little side hustles. Yo, you don't want to dance? Pay me this. You want a song? Pay me. Like, it's not
To cut the line too, like, oh, you want to get back on main stage because such and such here, 500, like shit like that. Like,
Yeah, bro. It's like, because usually when you DJ, you just, you know, you're gonna rock the club and get paid. You know what I mean? But over in the strip club, it's like there's so many little micro hustles you could do within like you getting paid regularly. Like, shit is crazy. You could really make money in there. Like,
last night, as a matter of fact, I was DJing in Hollywood. Like, I probably made at least like 1,500 in just tips, and just like people shout me out,
crazy.
play this song for me. It's like normally I don't even take bread to play songs. It's something that I'm gonna already play.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? But in this one situation, it was like a TV network that did like this big spend. So the promoters told me ahead, like, yo, we're gonna need you to play these songs. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it for y'all because I fuck with y'all. And at the end of the night, shit, like they kept just giving me 3, 5, 2, 1.
Crazy.
Just like by the end of the night, I'm like, shit, like this ended up being good.
but you know what it is? I guess if I was in LA, the strip club thing wouldn't bother me because you get home a little earlier. The thing is, if you're gonna be a strip club DJ over here, bro, you're getting home at 7 a.m. every
Yeah,
night.
no, this
6
is at 2 a.m. I'm done at 2 a.m. I might wait 30 minutes for some tips, but I'm not gonna be there to the end. Like,
See, I like that. I could do strip club over there on the West Coast. I feel like there's benefits to that 2 a.m. shit, bro. Over here, when the pandemic happened and clubs were closing at 2 and at midnight and shit, I was like, yo, I could kind of get used to this shit. Like, you know, still.
we're spoiled though, because it's like people get to the club at like 12:30, and the club's over at 2 for the most part. So it's like you got that short 1 hour and a half window of like boom, 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 boom. And as a DJ, it kind of is dope sometimes because you just think like, damn, if I get on at 12:30, I just got to go hard for an hour and a half.
Yeah. And I've always said that about like, I guess, Miami DJs. And you know what? Let me ask you, bro. Since you bounce back and forth a lot. To you, what is the difference between an LA DJ and I guess a Miami DJ? How would you compare the different styles?
Shit, what's the difference between LA and Miami? I feel like West Coast DJs traditionally don't talk on the mic as much.
Got you.
And I feel like
we didn't either. It was new for us. Like, we adopted the New York style maybe like 8 years ago. It was never like that.
Yeah, and I feel like that got bigger now everywhere, but I feel like, I don't know, Miami DJs are pretty solid to me. Like, there's certain cities where I'm like, but I haven't met any whack Miami DJs. Like, for the most part, like, cats like you, Don Hot. Like, when I come out here, like, I'll be like, damn, I want to check in. Even like my boy Junior. Who else is another cat? Feezy, different cats.
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah,
everybody's cool. Like, everybody's solid. Like, I got respect for Miami DJs and what they do. Like, you guys are good with the big rooms, and like that's like dope to see. Because in LA, there isn't too many big room clubs, so you guys handle like the big rooms good, mix super solid, like just all around.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, over here, I mean, damn, what would you consider big room over here? Just 11 in Live?
Yeah, like that's considered like big room.
There's only 2. I'm trying to think what
before there was like Story.
Right. I'm trying to think what else would you consider big room nowadays in Miami? Just those 2. Story's gone. Maybe a Mansion is trying to open back up, but I wouldn't count that yet. I guess they do little shows here and there, but like Wynwood, I don't know if I would consider anything big room in Wynwood. Oh, maybe the Hard Rock. You could say Dare's big room. But yeah, that's about it. How is the trajectory right now for the West Coast as far as clubs and nightlife goes?
It's just a lot smaller stuff. There isn't like a supper club no more, like for the most part. I think they're gonna open something again, like where One Oak is at in Sunset, but everything is like smaller, loungy type.
How do you feel about that?
I don't mind it. To be honest with you, sometimes I think the smaller clubs are doper. Like the little weird vibes are cool. But then like I can go get my fix in Miami and Vegas and do the big rooms.
Yeah.
And like when I come home, it's like a whole different vibe. I actually get spoiled when I come do like Miami, Vegas, because I feel like the production is better, like the lighting, the sound guy, like these guys are on their shit.
Yo, and am I off where I think it's easier to DJ in a big room?
It is.
It is, right?
I feel like, cause for me, and you probably speak for yourself. I just feel like when I got the team with me, like I said, the lighting, the visuals, everything, like that's getting me going. Right. Or like they're going with me. Like I could stop the song and I have to tell them turn off the lights. Like boom, the lights cut off.
So like a show.
Yeah, so like they're a part of the show too. Like, and I don't think the cats in the West Coast realize that. I have a lot of arguments and even like constructive criticism for owners and promoters. I talk to them all the time. Like, yo, y'all should come check this shit out. Like the way they do shit in Miami, I feel like it makes my sets better because they're actually paying attention. They're actually moving the lights. It's not like we're just gonna leave the lights on bright. It's gonna be like that for 20 minutes. Gotcha. It's gonna feel awkward.
Like there's a light guy, like a DJ.
Yeah, the light guy's going with me playing. Sometimes he's playing the songs, and in my mind, I'm like, how the fuck did he sync that so fast? Like
crazy.
Like good too.
Yo,
like,
shout out to all the light guys out there, man. Y'all are slept on, bro.
Nah, facts.
I'm always breaking my tips with the light guys. If someone paying me like to play a song, bro, and I decide I want to do it, I'm always gonna break the light guys something, bro.
That's what I did yesterday when they threw some of the ones too. I'm like, yo, y'all keep all that. Yeah, I just kept the hundreds. Like, yo, y'all keep all the ones.
Keep the hundreds.
Y'all keep all the ones.
Yeah, but some of that production shit gets a little crazy too. Because if you DJ at like I won't say no names, but at certain places on the beach, it's like we've gotten to a point now to where the clients can control the DJ. So if you buy a table, there's a couple clubs on the beach, big clubs. I'm not gonna say the names, but they have iPads in the DJ booth. And whenever there's a client, it'll say, yo, play this song, because they'll have a theme. Let's say it's going to be a Super Mario theme for the bottle parade. It's going to say Super Mario theme. The client wants to hear Lil Baby, whatever. You have 30 seconds. Now you're here like, that's why I had to get Tidal on my laptop, on my Serato, so I could get songs quick, bro. That's big. So now it's like, yo, you have a parade folder that they give you. You got to play the Super Mario theme song. The chick's going to come out with Super Mario costume and shit. There's going to be doo-doo-doo. And then now the bottle parade is like Super Mario themed. Now I got to go into this guy's Lil Baby song and play it. Then I got to go to continue on my set. And those things are coming like a lot, bro, every 10 minutes. And you're here like, bro, I just started playing hip hop. Now this client wants the Romanian national anthem and shit because he, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it gets it's harder to do your thing now more than ever in Miami, especially if you're on the beach. Like because clients can pay for the DJ for songs now. And it's like, bro, we kind of like hoard ourselves out a little too much, But I get it. They're spending $5K, let them choose a song. They're spending $8K, but it kind of fucks shit up too.
That's what kind of happened with me last night in that situation where I like, they know me, so that's why they call me ahead of time. Like, yo, you don't like doing this, but we're gonna need you to play these 3 songs. And I was kicking and screaming a little bit, but at the same time, it ended up being beneficial at the end of the day because I did exactly how they wanted. And since they were so happy, it's like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's rare when it works out that way, though. Yeah, and it happens to me though too in LA. Like, there's another club where I remember one time BET week, and it was like every 3 minutes, it was like presentation song. I was like, I couldn't even get in my rhythm. Yeah. And at one point, I remember telling the sound guy, like, all right, whatever you do not cut off Dreams and Nightmares. Because it's like the song for this club, right? Yeah. It's like a day club.
That's the nuclear bomb. Like, you cannot fuck that up.
I'm like, whatever you do not cut Dreams and Nightmares off. Like, and what he do? He cuts it off. I ran to the other
before
side
the drop,
of the room.
after the drop?
But like before during the song, like I'm talking about like the height of the song. I literally run across the room, go upstairs, damn near get in a fight with them. Damn near, I'm like thinking they're never gonna hire me again at this club. And the owner texts me next day, like, yo, man, I know you're passionate, but I need you to calm down. Like, I can't have you threatening the workers. I'm just like, yo, I'm passionate. I look crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if you cut the song, you as the owner and the lighting guy doesn't look crazy. The sound guy, it's me.
Yeah.
People look at me like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why are you stopping the music? And like, it was a crazy pop song that came on. So it's like, they stopped the music and it was like the craziest pop song. It was like, I was like, threw my hands in there and literally ran over there. But
Damn.
I explained to him like, bro, you can't do that to me. Like,
Yeah.
you're leaving me out to dry.
Yeah.
If I tell you don't cut it and I need one more minute, give me one more minute.
Yeah, bro. They don't understand that because music is timing, and the DJ dictates the timing of the whole club, bro. Y'all can't. They do that at other clubs too, bro. It'll be like, we need it right now. I'm like, bro, give me 43 seconds. Like, let the hook play of the song, bro.
Exactly.
Like, people don't understand that shit.
And they'll be
bro.
like, no. I'm like, look, 40 seconds isn't gonna throw you back. At the end of the day, we set songs up. So like, if you're making me cut this song before the peak, you're fucking making
you just
me
wasted a
song.
spade. I wasted a spade, bro. Like, we're playing spade. Like, and let the chick stay in there with the bottle thing in the closet for 40 more seconds, bro, before they come out, bro. Shit is getting crazy outside. Like, and now, bro, some of these clubs you'll be like, okay, you do your hip hop set. Now you're gonna go into Latin. You're 2 songs into your Latin set. Now it's like, yo, the client wants to hear pop smoke. You're like, bro, I literally just set up a whole Latin set. Now I gotta go back. Like, it sounds nuts.
Yeah,
you know?
you don't get to get into that rhythm and shit. But what's worse was Dubai. I'm banned from Dubai, but
For real?
Before I went, I was banned. I remember I went to go DJ out there. It was even worse. It was like every 2 minutes. Like, I could have swore these motherfuckers were bringing out presentations for napkins. I'm talking about, it shit was like every 2 minutes. I'm like,
You got a Coca-Cola, yo.
I told my boss, I don't even know how you do this shit. Like, I'm like, I can't even do it because like, you can't build no rhythm. Like, you can only get like a verse, a hook into it. And it's like presentation, song, presentation, song. I'm like, I didn't even want to DJ. I'm like, I'm cool, bro. I want DJ.
Yo, Dre, why are you banned from Dubai though?
For weed. I had weed on accident.
Oh my God,
Yes,
bro. You're lucky
weed.
you're not like in a Dubai jail right now.
But it
or
was,
some shit.
bro, it was like the smallest amount. It was a real accident. I was coming from Miami, had weed in my fucking pocket. I told him, I'm like, look, I would never disrespect the country. I've been here before.
You didn't get checked going there, or you were on the plane with the bud the whole time?
No, I was already across into Dubai. Our sound engineer at the time looked drunk or like high, so they pull him over. We have a rule like, if you get caught, just say you're by yourself. And what's he do? He's like, I'm with them, and then they bring everybody back to the other side of the border.
Wow.
And I'm thinking I don't got shit. I'm laughing like I don't got nothing, and she pulls it out, and I'm like,
how much did you have on you?
It's like a little nug, like that, and a little piece of a backwood. At first, when she pulls out the nug, I'm like, she set me up. Like, and then when she pulled out the little piece of back, I'm like, fuck. Couldn't even say anything.
And you didn't get into Dubai?
I did. I actually ended up staying because I talked to the captain. I'm like, look, I got respect. I know Esco, he told me about this story. I would never do it on purpose. As you can see, I wasn't trying to conceal it. It was just a real accident, genuine accident. Like, I'm gonna let you stay. Do your shows. I'm gonna hold your passport. Don't get in trouble. Come back, and before you leave, you got to come back 5 hours before. So like they process me, fingerprint me, drug test, make me sign this thing in Arabic writing. I'm like, what is this? He's like, sign it. When I sign it, he's like, you can't come back for 100 years, and he just laughs and like, it's like, get out of here. Like,
what?
yeah.
So you did your shows, you came back, and on your way out at the airport, you signed something that said you couldn't come back for 100 years.
Yeah, I don't know even know what it was. He's just like, sign it. I'm like, what is it? He's like, sign it. I could have signed my life away at that moment.
Yeah.
Who knows? But he just like signed it the way he
I'm
told
gonna
me.
keep it a buck. I feel like that's a win, bro. Because you could have easily like went to jail over there for
Nah, I
like
could've.
10 years on some Brittany Griner shit, bro, for having a little thing of weed, bro.
No, facts. It was a blessing. Like I still got to do the show, and I'm about to fight it because they just decriminalized it. Now
Really?
it's like
In Dubai?
Now it's like a $500 ticket. Wow. Like it's like a slap on the wrist. As to before, it was a bigger deal. Now you can actually get like the little ticket, fine, still go in. But
damn,
I'm about to get a lawyer and see if I can fight it.
Damn. Where's your favorite place you've played at? Because you've been around the world.
Shit. I like playing in London. Like Wireless Festival was one of my favorite spots I ever played. It's like some soccer shit, like motherfuckers chanting like, like crazy. Like that. Where else is dope? Tokyo's dope because they really fuck with music heavy out there. And out here in Miami, I love Miami. Like I told you this earlier, I really fuck with Miami. So
Yeah, you said you might move out here.
Yeah,
come out here, Dre.
I'm trying. We'll see what happens, man.
You know,
we'll see what happens.
Oh damn. And then we got Vegas. You said you were thinking about Vegas as well. What do you think? I haven't been to Vegas in a minute. What's the climate over there?
I mean, Vegas it's a lot better than it was before. Before there was no hip hop. Like you couldn't do hip hop. It was all like EDM. Now like a lot of these Vegas resorts have like hip hop artists everywhere. So like they mix, except for Dre's. Dre's the only like straight militant R&B hip hop. I like doing that. But then there's like other spots like resorts will have like Jack Harlow, but they'll have like a DJ Snake, but they'll still have like a Ty Dolla sign. And then there's like
crossover vibes.
Yeah, it's like like they'll mix it up. So it's like it's a small step because before, like I said, there was no hip hop clubs on the Strip. So at least now you have a couple more options.
I feel like you have to do hip hop now. Like what else are you gonna?
Absolutely, but even then, before it wasn't happening. But
I've never been a fan of Vegas, bro. Because I always used to say it's kind of like Carnival Cruise Line on a city. It's like just a big Carnival Cruise Line. Like you just all just pop like watered down like Chris Brown. Yeah. Like
I didn't fuck with that area. Exactly, I didn't fuck with that area. So I was like very against that. I was like, I'm just gonna play rap. I'm gonna DJ rap clubs, trap shit where like I don't have to play those type of records. Like that's just not my shit. And like I remember telling cats when the LMFAO shit was popping, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna stay playing rap and hip hop because when it comes back around, I'm gonna be in the forefront of that.
Yeah.
And what happened? The shit died out and we was in the forefront of that.
Yeah.
Then you see like DJs who like switched. They're like, they were like the open format, party this and that. And then they went to the rap and hip hop shit. But you could tell the authenticity of like, do they really know these records? Like, do they really know what the hot shit is in the streets? Like, you're playing the safe shit. I'm playing like the cuts in between. It's like, oh yeah, he knows this shit.
Who are the okay, let's say the top 5. Okay, I'm not gonna do Cali, I'm gonna do LA specifically. Top 5 LA DJs. Say you're one of the 5 in there, so tell me the other 4 that are in the top 5 with you.
Jeez, in the top right now or within like the last couple of 10 years?
Yeah, you could give me like 3 current and like 2 like OGs or 2.
Damn. Let me see. Gotta go with a Mark the Spot. He's an OG.
Who?
Mark the Spot. He's actually from Orlando. No, New York. He's from New York. But he's like been in the LA game for a minute, been doing like a lot of the high-end shit for a while. He's one of the OGs. Other than that, as far as dope DJs, I would say my boy Bad, DJ Bad, Mikey Danger.
And all these guys are like working right now?
Yeah, like still working, like consistently. Just Incredible. He's
he's the only one I know
now.
out of the people you said.
Yeah, he's doing it Vegas shit now. And Night Train, who does like the highlight room.
I've heard of that name
so
too.
I would think those are like the 5 that like really
the starting out. 5 right now.
They're like really, like if I were to build a team,
Okay.
And then we got like a couple of the upcoming cats, like my boy Breeze, my boy Swansea, Z, Mass Appeal. Those are like the cats that are working, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing too.
Got you. And then the Bay Area, that's a whole different animal, right?
Bay Area, there's like, you got the Shabazz, Jay Espinoza, Miles Medina, which those 2 are like world champions.
Yeah,
like
I know Jay Espinoza's a beast,
Yeah,
bro.
those 2 cats. So Fabes, Amen. Who else am I missing? Jay Neal. Those are like the Bay cats that go super.
How do you feel about, because you've always been, you've done radio, you know what I'm saying? You're part of that scene. How do you feel about radio right now? Are you still on the air, by the way?
Yeah, I'm almost to 6 days a week.
Plug your shit, bro.
6
Damn, you're on 6 days? On
6
Real?
days a week on Real 923, man. I'm on Monday through Friday from 11 to 12 with my boy Chuck. Actually, we've been number 1 in the market. So we've been like number 1 and number 2, like overall. Been going back and forth, which is crazy. Because like, to say that like I'm on the number 1 station in LA, like I don't think sometimes I like appreciate it enough. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I like accept like, damn, I'm on the number 1 radio station. Like
it's crazy. I'm sorry to cut you off, but as an outsider looking in, it's crazy to just see how like Real just came up and like got Power like out of here. Like Power, whenever I used to go to LA, it was Power, bro. Power 106, Power. Like I feel like that was the culture, like the reflected LA, and then Real came and kind of like fucked everything up. Like,
so I'm gonna tell you a story. I had the opportunity to go to either one, and like I remember I went to Power 106 to do my first day, and they were like,
what year is this?
This is like 2010, maybe 11, maybe 10, 11 or 12.
Okay.
So they were like, they're like, are we gonna bring you in? We're gonna like ease you in. We're gonna give you like these spots. So I go do the first night, and like I just remember doing it and like looking around and seeing like who was like already above me. And I'm like, there's no way they're gonna let these people above me are ever gonna let me climb. So I remember thinking to myself when I woke up the next day, like normally I would feel like I won a championship the next morning. Like you wake up, you know, when you do something good and you feel good about it in the morning. I didn't have that feeling. I thought I was gonna be like, damn, I was on the radio last night. Like, yeah. I was like, you know what? I don't think this is for me. And like
the station, you're
the
saying?
station.
Yeah.
Even radio, I'm just like, I don't think it's for me. So then I didn't go back. And then I go to this Chris Brown concert maybe like a few days later. And like I see my people, they're like, yeah, we're starting this new radio station, blah, blah, blah. You should come by tomorrow. Like, and the next day I'm talking about like, I have like 6 calls from like my Boss Stock winner, my boy AL, Drama, my boy Lake, Green Lantern. Everybody was like, yo, man, like you should do this shit. Like it's a good opportunity for you. And I'm thinking, yeah, because like it's a new station. Like that's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? As the opposite, I'm looking at Power 106. Like I have all these big dogs that have been here for a long time. Like,
And you grew up with that. Like,
yeah, I grew up listening. So I'm like, there's just no way that these people are gonna ever let me get on that level. So let me go somewhere where it's like we're all starting from scratch. Like we're all on the same playing field. And I went to Real 92.3 and shit. The rest is history. We still here. Like, damn, I think we've been on for like 8 years or something like that.
I think more, dog.
Maybe.
You're saying you were the station?
No, I'm talking about, I started when it started too, but I'm saying I think the station's like 8 years old or something like that. And like it's one of the fastest stations to overthrow like the Heritage Station.
I was going to say that they got the Heritage Station at like, you took a...
Because what it was is there was no hip hop station in LA, right? So at the time, just going back to the music goes in trends.
I was gonna say because rhythmic hip hop kind of disappeared, so the music cycle kind of fucked that Power 106 up too as well. Because the music cycle catered more urban, and that is what Real is.
Exactly. We came and we were gonna play all the R&B, all the hip hop songs. Power 106, like let's just say there's a Jeremiah Bed or Birthday Sex remix. They're gonna play the up tempo, the version with the 128.
Right.
You feel me? They're not gonna play.
They're gonna pop it out.
Yeah, they're not gonna play the us. We're gonna be the opposite. We're gonna give you the fucking R&B version of it.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah, so it's like that's what our success was like. All right, we're gonna be true to the genre of hip hop and R&B, and we have great people who like really study the analytics of music.
Yeah,
and like got this shit to a science. Like from the time you start, where your talk breaks land, like the science of it was like. There's like a real science to like our shit.
Hell yeah. To good design that clock, bro. That shit's crazy. Yo, I want to talk about the Latin market, bro, because we were talking, first of all, are you of Mexican?
Yeah,
I was going to say 100%?
Full Mexican.
Full Mexican, but you were born in LA, right? Your parents are born in Mexico.
Yeah, born in Mexico.
Dope. So we were talking about the recent, with Peso Pluma kind of leading the charge, and we're playing like corridos in the club, which is crazy for the people that don't know. That's like like Mexican music. When you hear dun, 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 like that's like
Mexican trap music, damn near, but like folk, Mexican folk. Trap
like the
music.
lyrics are like that, but like the sonics and the way the vocal, the way the beats are is like super like
folk.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, like folk, damn near.
And we're talking about how that's finally exploded and crossed over. If you told me I would ever be playing in Miami corridos like Mexican music, I would tell you no way. So first of all, I guess we could go to like the beginning. What is it about? Because LA is kind of like Miami in a sense where it's super Latino, but it's a completely different type of Latino. It's Central American, Mexican, and it over here is Caribbean, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Colombian. It's a completely different style. And how has the reggaeton been on the West Coast? Like, are there like, I guess what I want to ask, are there like Mexican clubs over there? Like where did the Spanish people go?
That.
Okay.
So there's different clubs. There's like, which we call like paisa clubs, is like the corridos, the bandas.
That's always been there though.
That's always been there. That's always been there. But there's always like reggaeton and all that has always been like popping since like the Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, like there was always
from the
like,
first wave.
Yeah, there was always like clubs and like cater, not necessarily in Hollywood, but like outside. So it's like Hollywood's like the tourist Hollywood, right? So then the reggaeton clubs would be outside, like more in downtown LA, East LA.
The first time I was in LA ever, shout out to Big Syph. He's like, yo, I'm gonna take you to the Hialeah of LA. He took me to East LA. Bro, people like in cowboy boots and shit. I was getting a taco from, he's like, it's the best taco spot. And it was a different culture, bro. Why do you think it took so long? Shout out to Peso Pluma. He's like the Bad Bunny in Mexico right now. Why do you think it took so long? How come we didn't get like a Mexican, I guess, reggaetonero or like someone to cross over like before? How come it took so long? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. And just from my perspective, I just thought that like that's not our culture. That's not like reggaeton is like for Mexico. That's not their thing. That's not what they. That's why the corridos took off the way because that's our thing. You feel me? So it's like we're good at that. And when the right person comes along and is talking the right shit, dress fly, kids could relate to him. He's not over here in a fucking cowboy hat. He's in Balenciagas and Givenchy. Like then this new generation can gravitate to that.
They rebranded it as something like
it's like fly kids doing it now. Like the cool kids are doing it.
Corridos, that's crazy.
So that's what it is. Like these kids like Nathaniel Caño, Junior H, Peso Pluma, like I said, like they're dressing like fly, like Supreme, Gucci, Chanel, like all the fly shit just like a reggaetonero would, but they're doing corridos. So like that's why I think the appeal is bigger. Because it's not so limited. If they were in boots and like
if it looked old,
I don't think it'd be popping the way it is now. So I think now the younger generation could accept it as theirs.
Yeah, because
like this is cool. Like this isn't like my grandpa, our parents' music. This is like our music that sounds like that. But he's talking about fly shit, talking about bitches wearing fly clothes, smoking weed, trafficking, like shit like that. That it's like rap.
It's so overdue to me because I feel like we were saying, you know, Mexico is the biggest Latin, you know, country, and it's like, yo, like I feel like there's such a huge population of Mexican kids waiting, like who's gonna be our guy? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like finally it happened, bro. Like there was never Mexicans pulled up at my club at my brunch, bro. Now they're squatted up now, like they got a whole new bot now, bro.
Now they're proud.
Yeah, they're asking for the random corridos too. Like it opened the door to add for like just ask for the randomest corrido. I'm like, bro, I can't play that, bro. Like in Miami, we're still getting used to that sound, bro. Like I could play maybe a little 3-song set, you know. Play, you know, Peso Pluma, the Bad Bunny, Grupo Frontera one. Like,
it tripped me out in Colombia the other day when I was out there and hearing it. I'm like, damn, like this
you heard in Colombia?
Yeah, I'm like, this Mexican shit's jumping.
Farruko did a corrido. So now we got Puerto Ricans making corridos, you know. And I like the Peso Pluma reggaeton. Are you playing that, the La Bebé shit?
Yeah, that
shit
was
is
hot.
He sounds good. Like that's the best like Mexican over reggaeton that I've heard, bro.
Even
like,
Bad Bunny doing the Grupo Frontera, like that's a great collaboration, like which just helps that whole genre, like because all those guys like fuck with each other musically. So like that push when you have the biggest artist who has a big platform and you have them jump on your music, it's like a gust of wind for that genre. Like, all right, y'all go. And now you see this is charting top 10. Like, even to the point where like Bad Bunny got nominated for a fucking Grammy, like which is not Latin Grammys, it's like the real Grammys. Like, I hate the fact that they even have Latin Grammys. Like, I hate that. It's like it's almost like stereotyping, like putting them in a box.
Right.
Oh, y'all Latin.
Because now genres are all, I feel like there's no genres anymore really. There are, but like people are mixing boxes now and shit. So I feel like anything can reach number one. Yeah. So it's like, why categorize it still, you know? Like, I don't know.
It's just the old way of thinking, like, oh, you got the Latin Grammys. Like, no, we should be a part of the regular Grammys. Like, damn near feels racist in a sense. Like, it's going to get a point where it's going to be like, all right, yeah, maybe y'all should just be included in the regular Grammys. Like, is there the Chinese Grammys? Is there the Black Grammys? Is there, you know what I'm saying?
Country music has their own shit, but are they part? I don't know.
I don't even know if they got their own shit.
Yeah. I know they got saying, like the Country Music Award.
I've always hated that. Like, when there was like such and such Latinos, like, why couldn't they just be signed to Def Jam? Like, why is it got to be
the
Def
first
Jam?
Latino, the first?
Why does it have to be like Interscope Latino? Like, why couldn't it just be like on Interscope? Like, me being Latino, I take pride in that.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. It does get hard, especially on the beach, when like it's so many. Because DJing a homogenous party where it's mostly one type of people, it's easier. But like, for example, you'll be on the beach. A spot I used to do when it was difficult for me is because you'll have The girls want to hear Bad Bunny, right? I'll never forget. I was playing Bad Bunny, and some dude's bottle comes out, and this is the Porto Bonito, like the biggest Bad Bunny song. But I got this dude from Memphis, hood dude from Memphis, just pulled up, and his bottles are popping during his parade, and he's like looking at me like the DJ booth, like shaking his head, like, "Yo, what the fuck is this?" And in my head, it was like, "Bro, these girls are going crazy." So I feel like it's hard to make everybody happy, like, you know, like it's always like half the club is like, "Yo, what is this?" And then the other half is like waiting for the music to change, you know?
I was just talking to someone, I was like, if you could make over 50% of the club happy, you did your job. More than half of the people, even if it's 51%, like you did your job, because you got to understand, like, you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
And like people don't realize that, like people think just because they can play music in the car, it's going to translate. Like there's a fucking science to the way we, like, I feel like somebody like you get it. Like we think about songs in a way where like we know how to program our shit. I'm not going to play Pound Town or whatever the biggest song. I just say that because it's the biggest song right now where I'm at, but I'm not going to play that at 12. I'm going to play it at 1:30,
Right.
1:15, 1:20, but
Right.
I know the steps that I'm going to take to get there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so people don't realize that they're like, oh, we need you to play this song. You might be cutting us off in like in the middle of something that's very important, like just for this song, fucking up our whole flow. So
Yeah, every song is important when you're DJing, bro. It's like playing spades. I always say that, bro. Like,
yeah, because we don't want to play the same song
end.
twice. Like as a DJ,
I
hate
bro,
that.
I hate that shit, bro. That's
I hate playing the same song unless it's a song that I really fuck with. I'm like, yo, I gotta play this shit twice.
DJ. The DJs that proudly play the same song twice, y'all are whack, bro. Like if you have to do it because it's a request or like a client or something like that, I get it. But the goal should always be not to try to play the same song twice, bro. I never, bro. I could have a 4-hour set, bro. I could have a 5-hour set, and I will not repeat a song.
No, facts. And yesterday I was DJing some shit, and like the person performing was just like all over the place, and like they're trying to play big songs early at like 12, and I'm just like looking at them like, I even tweeted some shit. I'm like, yo, I don't care what songs you play before me. If I play the song after you, I'm gonna still play it better, even if it's an hour and a half, 2 hours later. When people forgot about it because you played the song so goddamn early,
Yeah.
it didn't reach like the potential.
Yeah.
Like if you play a certain song at 11:50 and it's halfway empty, like you're doing a disservice to yourself and the song. Like you're not gonna set it up for the right moment.
And the night, and you're disrespecting the other DJ. Do you think that's gone though? That like that the opener knowing like having code and morals. I think that's out the window now.
I feel like this person really does it on purpose. The way they was mixing, because like there was this person could mix, right? Like they know how to catch beats, but at one point they were just like echoing out and going from like 70 BPMs to like 100.
Oh, just sporadically.
Just
playing
like,
the hits.
yeah, like it's like, all right, there's no rhyme or reason. Like I could understand like if you're ignorant to the fact, then that's cool. But like if you start seeming like, all right, I'm gonna cut this song and go to this big song.
Go from A to A, like
yeah,
bounce
like,
from
yeah,
A to A.
you're not even like, you're just being so blatant with it. To the I'm like, all right, that. And when I get on, I end up playing like the most opposite shit of that.
Yeah.
Like I play
You
like
kill them with like an R&B or some shit.
Bro, I
like
ended up
that.
playing a house song because they were playing like all trap shit. And like little did this person know the dance floor was all girls that was ready to dance and explode. And there was like a couple of tables, but there was enough tables to where like, you know what? If I play this pop shit, I'll get on because the 200 people that are dancing right there are gonna bring up the party.
Yeah.
The tables aren't all set, so I could wait.
Yeah.
They could wait for the fucking Chief Keefs. They could wait for that because it's not everybody's not here.
Yeah.
All the tables aren't here. The floor fillers are here. Those are the people that want to hear like Boy's a Liar, Ice Spice. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this girl's like trying to play all the hot trap shit early. It's like you just showing me you're not seeing what's going on.
Yeah,
right
and you're not even realizing a lot of times like the going left and playing a different genre will get you more of an impact than just playing hits, a bunch of hits.
That's what I did. So when I jumped on, I played like this like Miami type shit, and it was just like exactly what I thought. The people on the floor started going crazy. I did that for 15 minutes, wait for the other tables to come. Then I started getting to my trap shit.
Yeah.
And my Spanish shit before I get into the trap shit. But it's like, if you're a good DJ and you've done this shit long enough, you know how to read the room, the body languages, the other DJ. It's a bigger picture. It's like an energy and a vibe that you have to see. Like I always tell people, I'm like an observer, a people watcher. Like a part of my job is people watching because that's how I get good and know how to read the room and know what to do. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna be lost out there.
That's a fact. Yeah, I think that code and honor and like, you know, when I was opening, when I was a jit and I was young, like I had a code to follow. If I burnt a song, what?
I take pride in being a good opener. Like if I gotta open for somebody, it's because I respect you enough to open for you. But I'm gonna take pride in that opening set. Like
sometimes they're more fun than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like there's some gigs where I get to open for myself because it's like a full like I'll do 11 to 2. So like I take pride in the opening set because it's like, all right, I'm playing all these songs. I'm in this good rhythm. And it's like you're challenging yourself. Like, all right, how do you play all these older songs without having to play the new hot shit? But people still just not complaining like, oh, you're just playing all old shit. It's like, nah, like, you know, you're playing some shit.
Yeah, we were talking about that, how like new music just isn't connecting like that anymore.
Nah,
it's like the old shit is getting, you know. If I play I'm on that good cushion alcohol, bro, people are gonna sing that whole Lil Wayne verse like it just came out, and then I'm gonna play like a new Lil Baby, and it's like it's cool for maybe the first 13 seconds. There's a little bounce in the room, but after 10 seconds, it's like, bro, what's the next song? You know, like the new music is not sticking, bro. It's weird.
We was talking about that. We was just saying it's like, yeah, just like you said it perfect. It just doesn't stick. It's like just because it's a new song doesn't always make it a better song. People want that familiarity. People in the club, they want to know, they want to party to a song that they know. They don't want to hear some shit like, oh yeah, this the new Drake. No disrespect to Drake, but it's like, okay, that's cool, but.
You know what's crazy? Sometimes I feel it is like that in New York. It's more of a trendy, like, yo, we're like over there, I feel like it's more like we're going to play the new trendy hot shit. And if you're still playing old shit, you're not as cool. I feel like it's weird how they, like over there, they digest music like if it's like a song is a trend. And you know, like if sometimes I go to New York and I play and I'm like, damn, I feel like they want the new shit. Like it's weird. Over here, I feel like people are more conservative with their listening and they just want to hear, like you said, what's familiar. Over there, it's like they're more open to hearing like what's cool, like what's the new cool shit, you know? But yeah, that's another. You ever fuck with New York? Like
I fuck with it a little bit. I haven't been out there too much since like before the pandemic, but it's just like a whole different scene as far as like New York. Like they got like the ultra lounges and all that shit, which is cool, but that's not for out there. It's just not something I really want to go do. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was gonna do something, it would have been like the Marquis, the Tao type shit. But
yeah,
one thing about me, I'm very picky. But like I feel like I'm picky in the sense of like cities I like to go DJ at.
Got you.
Like I like to stay in certain markets where I know I could excel, be myself, don't have to switch up too much. And
what are those top 3 markets to you?
for me, of course, it's the home, Vegas, and Miami.
Okay.
And then like
those are 3 biggest.
And then I got honorable mention cities like San Diego, which reminds me of like a Miami, reminds me of like a Miami vibe in the sense where like you could play like open format and like the older shit's gonna ring off more than the new shit. Cause it's like people that go out on the weekend, there's different people that go out Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday crowd, they want to hear the new shit. They want to hear the young nudies, the eggplants. They want to hear all that new shit.
Pussy rap.
Yeah, the weekend cats, they want to hear the old shit. They want to hear the Travis Porters, the A ladies. They want to hear the shit they know. Like, so it's 2 different crowds. It's 2 different styles of DJs. Like the weekend warriors, where you got like the cool industry,
the regular
nightlife, people that are really tapped in, really know their music. So it's like shit that I could play on weekdays sometimes. I can't play it on weekends.
So you said the honorable mention was San Diego and what else?
The San Diego and the Bay. Just because I know the Bay, right. Inside and I'm like honorable Bay guy. Like people think I'm from the Bay because I really fuck with the Bay.
What's the difference between like LA and the Bay? Like
so different.
Yeah,
it's like
North Cal and South Cal.
It's a whole different world. So the Bay has their own music, like Mac Dre.
Let me tell you. So I went to the Bay for the first time last year.
Yeah,
and the Bay I've always wanted to go to because I feel like it's like there's a strong local culture. You know what I'm saying?
They love their music, like their local older music. They fucking like.
So I stayed like 3 days in Horford, kind of by Oakland on that side, and then I spent 3 days in San Francisco on the other side. And I told my boy, I was like, bro, take me to the clubs where I want to hear. He's putting me onto the music, and I got put on to some guy named Mike Smith. Or not Mike Smith.
Sherm?
Mike Sherm.
Asshole,
like, back up. I'm wearing all white. I'm like, because Bay music always worked in Miami, heavy. Like that tempo, that bop always worked in Miami. So, yeah, man, I love the Bay Area culture, bro. The accent, like the way they talk, there's a whole culture behind it. It's everything. The way they dress, talk, dance, everything. You know?
It reminds, I would say it's like the West Coast version of New York, in the sense where like they have their own scene their own way they dress, they talk, like they're in their own world. Like people in the Bay or like New York where like they don't think anything else exists. Like there's their own world. Like it's just the Bay and that's it. And like people in New York be the same way. It's like it's just New York.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of the world. So like they're similar into that. And like out there, there's like they're still into like their legacy music, like the Mac Dre, the Blow the Whistles, I'm Feeling Myself. So like when you play that, the songs could be 10 years old, but you would think this shit just came out. Like,
but you know what's crazy is that their sound hasn't really changed. Like the new cats are still keeping that sound alive from the. So you could bounce back and forth between the old bass shit and the new bass shit. It'll blend perfectly and still keep that same bop. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
facts. Like their tempo, they got their tempo that they stick with, which is like the 100
even the bass lines, it'll be like donk donk donk.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. And it's like that gritty bass line and you just let it breathe over that tempo, bro. It's like that Bay Area bop, bro. And it's like you said, you have the old shit from Mac Dre that has that vibe, and then you have the new shit like Mike Sherman. The Bay Area.
The funny thing is the Bay is like cousins to Detroit. So if you notice, like the Bay and Detroit have synergy.
That's interesting you say that, bro, because when T Grizzly came out with First Day Out, these were live. What is he? And I was like, bro, it's like I'm like, this guy's a Bay Area artist.
Exactly.
Off rip, I thought he was a Bay Area. Even his accent, his flow. So I've never heard anyone say that, and it's interesting that you say that because I always thought he was from the Bay and he was from Detroit. And you're telling me that there's like a
synergy that like people from the Bay always say that too. Like that's like their cousin. Like Detroit is like the cousin of the Bay.
Yeah.
Like musically and like
accent wise, I could see it.
Stylistically, like and even like those beats, like just think about it. A lot of those beats sound like Bay Area beats, like shit from like the Detroit sound kind of has that feel of the Bay shit,
right? But
they just have their own cadence, which kind of like gives them their sound. So it's like rapping over Bay style beats, but with their lingo and their flow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what
I feel like they both say. Like if you whenever I meet someone from the Bay, I'm like, yo, say 5. Is it like 5? Like, like right now. And then I say right now. They'd be like, right now? We've been gang banging since we were 5.
Yeah, that's
like,
that E40 slang.
Yeah,
man.
bro. That's funny, dog. Yo, Dre, plug all your social media.
Listen, at Dre Sinatra, Twitter. You can only scroll 600 to 800 times now. So Elon, fix that. Twitter.
What do you mean? What?
I guess there's something right now where you can only look at like 600 posts per day.
That sounds like a lot already. Like, sound like a good thing.
I don't know. But it's like, just think about, imagine being limited. Like you can only look at 600 pictures on Instagram. Like,
how you feel about Elon taking over Twitter? Because you are I think of all my friends that are like Twitter.
I'm a Twitter guy. Yeah. Like I'm a fucking Twitter heavy guy. I'm like, how are you such a fucking genius with like this astronaut shit, but such an idiot with a fucking app? Like that just goes to show you, like you could be real smart in one area, but like be real ignorant and naive to think it's easy to run it because I'm fucking so smart with cars. And this, I could run this app. It's like, bro, no, you can't. Like that's why there's people that really do this shit.
Yeah. Everyone's buying checkmark now and shit. Checkmarks and shit.
And so
Instagram. A lot of people spent $4-5K to get a checkmark on Instagram, and now you got like David Benderman, like just put his whole name in.
I almost did that a long time, and I like thank myself for not doing it. I'm like, thank you for fucking.
So you don't have that. You don't have that, right?
Nah, never had. Okay, and I was supposed to get verified. I'm talking about get verified through the station. Through like iHeart, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for some reason they would not fucking do it. I'm talking about like we had workers at Instagram that verified everybody else but could not get my page verified. I almost did it. I almost gave up the 5 like 2-3 like right before the pandemic. And I'm like,
so let's offend some people right now. Let's offend some people.
Yeah.
Tell me if you're rolling with me if you agree. You DJs out there that paid to get verified, and now you got your government name. You got DJ David Benderman, or like, what is it? Like, a lot of these DJs, I didn't even know what their name was. Now they got their whole name. It's like DJ, whatever, DJ Spanky, and now it's like, you know, Spencer Morhaime. It's like, bro, I think that shit looks crazy to me. Like having your government name as like just to have the blue check. Like, I don't know. Some people may agree and some people may not, but
I think now that verification doesn't mean anything. It's like it's out the window.
That's why I don't want it anymore.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
It lost for something to have value. Not everyone can have it. It's got to be hard to obtain for something to have value.
Absolutely.
So now, if it's just something that anyone could buy, there's no value in having the blue check.
Now it's just like, oh yeah, you pay fucking to have that check. Like,
and
that's
now
all
it
that
tells me
is.
that you're one of those type of people that would pay to feel validated. Now it comes with that too. It's kind of disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so one of my boys, I asked him about it. So I'm like, yo, I clowned him a little bit. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm like, you paid to get that verification? And like, he gave me like this answer. And like, he could be right, he could be wrong. It could just be him just, joshing me. But he's just like, I'm a promoter. He's like, it's better for my algorithm. He's like, I pay so my posts are more visible. And like,
is that true?
And
if that's true, then that's the first utility where
that's what I told him. I said, if that's true, like, I see what you're saying, but still on the outside looking in, you still look crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're paying for the thing, but then like, if somebody doesn't know that, they're gonna look at it like, look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's fucking paying for a blue check in 2023. Are you nuts?
Fixing my algorithm. Like, I'm not rolling with that one.
But like I said, it was a good answer. I'm like, damn, like he made me stop me like,
yeah, if there's utility in it, like for example, Twitter, if you have the blue check, it comes with things like you could edit your tweet. I think you could do some other thing. You could upload 4K videos. You could do
like an hour. You could upload like an hour.
Yeah, so there's like actual tangible things that come with the paying for it.
Now you can actually look at 6,000 posts instead of 600. So so that's the thing. You could look at 6,000 posts if you're verified, and if you're not, you're going to look at like 600 or 800.
Yeah. You think I think sometimes that Twitter's bad for you, bro. Like just seeing too much information, I feel like it's bad for
That's
me.
how I feel about TikTok. I don't even have TikTok, but like there's people that like everything is like, I learned this on TikTok. I seen it on TikTok. I seen this hack. Hack is just short for like, oh, you just barely got put up on game. Like everything's a hack. Like
a shortcut. You want to learn that you want the easy way out.
Everything's a hack. Like how to hack. It's like, bro, like this shit's been around. Like like TikTok is not the first thing. Like y'all just barely like finding out on TikTok. So it's like TikTok hacks, and like every time it's like, if I got paid for every time someone's like, I seen it on TikTok, it's a TikTok hack. I'm like, bro, you better get that shit out of my fucking face. Like,
I feel like LA, this is the difference between LA and Miami right now. Miami is the OnlyFans capital, and I feel like LA is like the TikTok capital.
Yeah.
Like people go to LA to be TikTokers. People come over here to start their OnlyFans career.
I'll take the OnlyFans.
Yeah, me too.
I'll take the OnlyFans, bro.
You could date a girl that had OnlyFans.
I'm gonna be the one right behind with the camera.
Hey, yeah, but you got to get a piece of that, right?
Shit, come on.
Yeah, you got to get 20%.
20%.
Yo, these girls out here, I interviewed a girl, but she makes $20K a month from OnlyFans, bro. Only lingerie pics. I'm like, dog, isn't it crazy? I know the world isn't fair, but isn't it crazy that a woman could just take off her clothes and make 20 times the amount of a guy who like made the street for us to get here or some shit? Like, shit is crazy.
That's just the times we live in, man. Like, you know what I mean? Now that like Playboy isn't relevant no more, it's like, all right, what type? I'm gonna go on OnlyFans. Or some people do it because it's like, oh, I want to see what she looks like naked. I'll pay the $15.
Yeah.
Like,
I did it one time to see a
I've
chick from high school that I knew from high school. She had an OnlyFans. I felt so guilty. It was the first time I hit subscribe. I was like, I put credit card, and then I unsubscribed right away.
Was it worth it?
Nah, she was charging like a smooth $6.99. So,
But how was the content? Was it full on?
It was. Yeah. I just wanted to see it because she was from high school. You know what I'm saying? But like the regular dudes that are out there just subscribing to OnlyFans and just like gassing these girls up, it's destroying the world, bro. These girls have girls that are like 6s and 7s are running around like they're 9s and 10s thinking they deserve to be with Trey Songz and shit. Like, game is nuts out here, Drew.
Nah, it is, bro. I get to see. That's why I'm still single. I have no kids, man. I gave up hope. I'm just gonna move out the country.
Don't give up hope, dog.
I'm gonna just move out the country.
You could get your hope back if you go to Colombia. Let's go to Colombia.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna go to Colombia, retire, find my Colombian queen, and
what's your vibe in Colombia, bro? Because
I love it. I want to move. I want to retire out there. I've always liked Colombian women, but like going out there, just like certified and stamped. And like,
is there Colombian women in LA?
Very rare.
Yeah, it's like finding a unicorn.
And you know what really pissed me off? I'm going to Asia, and they invited me to play the Colombian Fest, which is a movie in LA, and like I get back the day after.
Damn.
I'm like, yo, I've always wanted to go play this Colombian Fest, and the one time they hit me, shout out my dog Crucial too. The one time they hit me, it's like, can't do it.
That's like I said, you don't get that flavor over there. You know what a flavor that I like on the West Coast? I mean, I just don't get it in Miami is I've never been with an Asian. I feel like if you want to get like a bad Asian, you got to go to the West Coast.
Yeah,
like
the Bay and Long Beach have the best Asian girls, like Filipino, like
And
dope
you know-
Filipino culture girls.
And it's interesting. You know another flavor I had? It was the first time I had the flavor, and she was from the Bay, and a lot is East African.
Yeah,
Bro, she was
like Eritrean,
Somalian.
Yeah.
It's called Habesha, I think, is like the
yeah,
type of
they
girl.
have a lot of cool like Eritrean,
Wavy, bro.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like kind of give me like Dominican women vibes a little bit.
Yeah. Nah, they're cool. I fuck with that.
Yeah, shit. Dre, I appreciate you pulling up,
Appreciate
bro.
you, man. Thank you, man. Shout
Dre
out all
at
the
11.
DJs too, man.
Yeah, anything else you want to promote? Any other projects you working on?
I'm about to go on tour with Ty Dolla. I'll be on tour from September 12th to end of October, Motion tour. I'm gonna be doing the opening set in between acts. So
That's the Asia tour you were telling me?
no, that's in the Asia tour's in July. So I'm actually going back on the road with Ty from September to October, and I'll be doing like the opening sets in between every act.
Fire.
So I'm excited about that, man. But come tap in. We're doing the show out here too, Oasis. First time he's actually done a tour stop. So be interested to see, man. Got to pull up on the kid, bring Miami on the rocks. You know what I mean?
There it is. Dre Sinatra, Miami on the Rocks. Bow.
KC Chops, boy.